we come back to you. Now, moving on to Jeffrey Epstein's estate has agreed to settle a class action lawsuit offering up to $35 million to resolve claims that two of Epstein's advisors, Darren Indyke and Richard Kahn, has aided his sex trafficking operation. The lawsuit, filed in 2024, accuses the two men of creating a network of corporations and bank accounts that concealed Epstein's criminal activities. While neither Indyke nor Kahn has admitted wrongdoing, they agreed to settle to bring closure to any potential claims against the estate. This follows previous settlements, including $121 million from a restitution fund and $49 million in additional settlements. The deal still requires approval from a judge. Now we welcome back Dr. Satoru Nagao. He's a fellow at Hudson Institute, joins us live from Tokyo. Thank you very much, Doctor, for staying with us. Now, looking at this, is paying, this lawsuit and offering of up to $35 million to resolve these kind of claims, is it enough for justice? What about the justice then, if these all big cases which are coming out again and again related to Jeffrey Epstein, isn't this unfair to the victims?
In this case, still this is under investigation and the situation is escalating, growing. So that's why enough or not, maybe this is not enough, but the case-by-case basis, simply we cannot identify yet. But because victim of the Epstein cases is more than 1,000 people are expecting. So that's why 1,000 means that 1,000 cases is different cases exist. So some part of them are very serious damages in their life, of course. But some are a little bit lucky one is exist. We do not know yet. So that's why the 1,000 kind of cases exist if the 1,000 is a victim. And so that's why this case, is this enough? Of course, doubtful. But at the same time, even if still this is under investigation, some are moving because of the limited of time, because of they need to hurry. So that's why this is the case. But enough or not, maybe after the investigation and reveal the total size of the crime will be published. And case-by-case basis, this case is, this amount is proper, but that case is not so. Something could happen after the investigation. And this investigation hasn't finished because size of the crime is too huge. So that's why enough or not, very difficult to identify just now. That is the situation.
Yes, indeed. But if Jeffrey Epstein's all these things are being settled with money, right? What would happen to the way or the reputation of US's justice system from all over the world? Because this case, all the cases related to Jeffrey Epstein, is not just unfolding in US, it's also unfolding. While it's unfolding in US, it's having discussions, or it's opening different scrutiny for different political elites worldwide.
In this case, how to punish them is very controversial because Jeffrey Epstein has already dead, so there is no punishment we can imagine from now because he have already dead. But at the same time, something should be prepared for the victims and survivors, and in this case, for their life. Starting from the money is a very basic idea. And if there is another proper method to fulfill something, compensate something in their life, they suffer. But simply, we cannot imagine what kind of compensation is possible. So that's why in this case, money is only way that people can imagine, and so how much is matter. But still, this case is under investigation means that size of the money itself, we cannot identify whether the proper or not. But that is the current situation, and so size of the crime is big. This means that time the investigation need is also long.
Yes. And we know anything about these individuals, Darren Indike and Richard Kahn? Who were they?
Sorry, I don't know.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for sharing that. And last but not least, once again, how is this Jeffrey Epstein case unfolding? Is this also going to be affecting the image that people have towards the democracy and transparency of U.S. And its institutions?
Of course, it relies on the investigation and the punishment, because for a long time the people hasn't realized this case, and that's why now is the time to punish. But at the same time, still under investigation means that for a long time this crime has happened. This means that the police hasn't identified, despite the victim was 1,000. That itself is very shameful for the law and order system in the United States, and not only in the United States, British, Norway, or France, or the other country, all of the other countries, why the police hasn't identified this problem, despite the size is so big. And so that is a very important question. And it is true that this Epstein is rich, and this Epstein has many connection, influential connection. So that's why if this influential connection prevents to reveal this crime, they are also the criminals, and the size of this crime will be very big. So this is not just a small scandal. Of course, people know this is a big scandal, but indeed, big is too small to indeed huge scandal, we can say. And but how big we haven't identified yet.
Yes, we will be eyeing that. Thank you very much, Dr. Naga, for sharing that insight with us on NewsX World.